Focalism. Hi, welcome to the episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More, Work Less. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock their potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And the reason why I have this show is so that we could better understand how our minds work so that we could make better decisions, avoid certain cognitive traps, and build stronger relationships. So for today's cognitive bias, let me ask you this question. Have you ever gone to a fundraiser and they go, you know what, on average, people donate about $500. So you could donate whatever you want, but on average, people donate about $500. So how much do you donate? Do you donate 500? And if you did, how do you feel? Do you donate less than 500? And if you did, how did you feel? And if you donated more, how did you feel? Well, if you felt that you had to donate 500 or more, then that's because of focalism. It is also known as anchoring. So basically, when our decisions are based on what we focus on more, what's being put in front of us, what we're being anchoring our thoughts to, and our decisions based on that. It may not have to do with anything else but what that first initial information was given, either an information given or maybe an event. So for instance, same kind of situation with plane rides. Let's say if you had a trip being planned out for next week and all of a sudden you heard of this big plane crash, do you A, continue on with that trip, or B, do you cancel that trip? If you say cancel that trip, that's because of, again, anchoring and focalism. It's because we see this recent event and we go, you know what, it's going to be very likely that this plane is going to crash too. So you're going to keep on thinking that something that's recent, that's put right in front of your face at that very moment in time becomes the focal point, becomes that anchor that bases all your decisions on. So therefore, you start thinking, well, if it happened now, it's going to happen very soon again. And therefore, I need to change my plans. But in most likely scenarios, this probability is the same as it was always before. Things are always going to be the way it is. Things are always going to have the same probability as it is, regardless of how recent something happened, right? But we base our decisions because of anchoring. Same scenario, some used car salespeople might go, you know what, well, I believe that this car is worth this much. They anchor that number into your mind and you make that the focal point of what you think it's worth until you go back and do all your own due diligence, you look at your own research, and then you counter with another offer. So that's how we can actually avoid focalism, by taking a step back and really doing our research, doing our own due diligence to make sure that we're not falling to the cognitive bias of focalism or anchoring. Another scenario where anchoring actually happens is that we anchor our feelings towards something that we really, really want to see happen. So for instance, you are so anticipating this great event that's going to happen. You're so focused on that event. You keep on telling yourself that once this happens, once you graduate, once you get this job, everything's going to be great. Well, you over-exaggerate that feeling in your mind. And when you actually get there, it's not as glamorous as you once thought it was. But because you focalize that one moment in time that's going to be so great, you over-predict your emotions, you over-predict the results. Same thing happens with negative stuff, right? Sometimes let's say you fail an exam and you go, oh no, because I failed this exam, my life is ruined. But the thing is, more likely than not, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's more likely going to be all evened out and everything's going to go back to normal or stabilize at its new normal. So the thing is, focalism makes us over-exaggerate, makes us decide on certain things based on something that's more recent or something that we focus too hard on. So that is focalism. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please go back and watch some of my other episodes on Unlocking the Mind. And if you like Unlocking the Mind, we have a lot of other shows, the Peak Potential Success Show, the Mastermind Bites, and of course, the Make More Mind Bites that's up every single week. So thank you very much for your likes, your subscriptions, your comments. I love seeing those comments. And until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. I'll see you later.